In this busy world today, man is always in a hurry. Due to this hurry, they are always competing with each other. It is definite that one will win and the other will lose. When a man achieves something or wins, he or she gets a feeling of highness, whereas when he or she loses, he or she gets doomed or becomes pessimistic. It is a known fact that in this earth, when the sun rises in one part of this hemisphere, the other part is in darkness. The same fact applies to life too. There are both sorrows and pleasures in life. Thus, life is like a boat sailing on the sea that always does not flow smoothly. If a person does not realize the pain or suffering of life, then he cannot understand the joy of life. To him, the sense of proportion gets lost. Therefore, often out of pleasures rises pain to strike a balance. Every person must accept the pains of life, to understand the real meaning of joy. Otherwise, you cannot feel the joy. If a person suffers pain, then the tears that flow out of his or her eyes softens the taut and tense strings of his heart and mind. In fact, the mist over the mind disappears in the form of tears and calmness dawns there. Some people have the notion that life is only about sufferings. These types of people forget the happiness they enjoyed during the past times. Their bleared eyes get short-sighted that they forget to feel the basic law that happiness will revisit them once again in the future. The basic law of life is happiness and sorrow coexists with one another. Without one, the other is useless. In fact, comedy and tragedy make the warp and woof of life. All the patterns of experience are woven with these contrasting threads. Even in scriptures, it is written to take joys and sufferings placidly without any hesitation. He is exhorted not to be overly happy when success visits him and not to fear when pains and misery affects him. The greatest of men on earth, all have suffered both the pleasures and pains. This is life and you have to derive pleasure from life in this way.